again, welcome back to the Decoders channel, everyone. Thank you so much for being in the chat. And today we have a special guest that someone that I'm a holder since forever, and and I really wanted to have you on the channel because the project is interesting, and I'm really interested by I need to catch up about Tombstone too, so why not doing that publicly? And I want to know everything, and I want to know what you're doing. So welcome to the Decoders channel, man.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for being a part of our community for such a long time, man. Yeah. You have been such a pillar. I know everybody loves to see when you just pop into Discord or on Twitter, and just to see you being able to launch Decoders, it's great to see, man.
Thanks, man. For you. I'm not the most active member in your community. I'm sorry about that, but I'm here. I still have my 9 tombstones and skulls. It's gone, but still have 9.
Let's go. That's great to hear. And man, I know a lot of people have kind of stepped away from just the space in general during the bear market. So don't feel bad about the minimal activity recently.
It's more about there's so much community, and you have like 24 hours in a day, right? So it's hard to jungle between all of them. But it's no. Like I like the vibe. I know you have active holders. And by the way, if you are a Tombstone holders know that we have a stream. You're gonna be OGs on Decoders, and so you will have if you subscribe, you have white list, and if you are a Tombstone holders, we have Matrika set up on the server, and you will also be able to have 2 more whitelists. So welcome to Tombstone holders. But bro, enough about decoders and stuff. Let's start with you can introduce yourself to the decoders community that maybe don't know you yet, and then let's catch up with Tombstone, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm Sav. I started Tombstone back in March of 2022. I was in Web3 for a couple of months up to a year in the space beforehand, just kind of finding my way, finding what I was good at, and just using my kind of prior experience, which was in the business administration realm. And my cousin owns a restaurant, so I was managing that for a couple of years during COVID and before that. So I just wanted to kind of apply all of that to this whole Web3 thing. I think it's great. Solana has great speed, and it's great for building technology. So we've definitely been able to shift our focus onto that side of things recently. But that's a little bit about myself. We've been here almost over a year and a half now, just kind of shifting and just doing this little dance with how the market's being and during the bear market, and finding what's good for us and being able to execute on that the best way that we can.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So when I jump into Tombstone, it was at the same time than Stone Ape Crew, I think a little bit after, and I was interested by your project because again, it was the stone aspect of the Web3 Degen life, right? And that was the initial plan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Stone Ape Crew came out a little bit before us, and we're definitely a part of the inspiration. And they've totally executed on the stoned aspect of it. I think at one point we kind of realized, all right, the market's not doing great. The legislation in the United States isn't that great either. So let's take our focus away from the stoned. Let's just focus on the tomb. So we kind of rebranded, refocused all of that attention onto the skeletons, just because some of those cannabis opportunities weren't there, or were really going to cost us an arm and a leg through a lot of the legislation, or just to get some of the licenses. But I think we do have a very nice alternative, and I'll just kind of jump into that really quickly. We are going to be doing our own genetically unique seeds. We know one is going to be called Collider Kush. We are kind of up in the air right now about the other name, but one of our holders out of Mexico City has pretty much a pretty big grow operation, and he's able to harvest and grow these seeds, and we're going to be able to put those out to the market pretty soon.
Nice.
What we plan to do with those is kind of target the bigger industries, or the bigger dispensaries, the bigger market, and spread our seed, if you will, that way throughout the dispensaries and into the cannabis market that way.
That's
rather
interesting.
than going the actual cannabis flower or distillates or extracts, stuff like that.
Okay, so it's still in the pipeline, right? The whole stone meta.
Yeah, absolutely,
That's cool.
absolutely. We want it to be a part of what we do. We think it's a culture, right? Like that whole
Mm.
stoned is a culture, and we definitely want to ride with that for as much as we can. And yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about it. The only thing that we still have to nail down is just the packaging. What
Yeah.
is it going to look like? And I think some of the costs of the packaging were still up in the air, but I think we're going to be going for packs of 3 and packs of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure about the pricing on that. We'll probably try to figure out some sort of discount for our holders and joints or
Mm-hmm.
other way around. But for right now, we'll just try to keep it in small batches, figure out the logistics of it all. But
Okay.
hopefully by the end of this year, that'll be ready to go.
That's cool. And like, what's do you know the status about like the like Stone Ape Crew? Like, is that like even not even talking about the competitor, but like what about this meta like of around like the weed meta in NFTs? Is that something that does exist, or it's like even really hard to implement?
It,
So it's slowed
it's
down.
definitely hard to
Yeah.
implement. Definitely figure that out just from experience. And I'm very curious to know how Stone Dave Crew is kind of doing those dances or jumping through those hoops. I do know that they're
Mm.
based in a totally different country.
Yeah.
So here
Maybe
in the
that
United
helps.
States, it it really kind of piqued my interest, a
Mm.
lot like of how crypto did at the exact same time, because like a lot of the states were like, hey, okay, this is going to be recreationally legal or even medically legal. So, the green flags were coming up, and it was really kind of looking like, okay, this is going to be a really explosive market, which it proved to be. Same thing
Mm.
with crypto. At that time, it really proved to be. So, putting those two together was kind of a no-brainer, and just running with that was definitely the hardest part. And I'm sure Stone Ape Crew ran into a lot of different problems, but they definitely focused their branding on the whole stoned part. How do we get out into Amsterdam and do all these cool events and hand out
Mm.
weed and stuff? Here in America, we can't really do that. The feds will come knocking really quickly if we don't have the right licenses. So, hats off to them, and extremely big hats off to them for doing stuff like Payleaf.
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate for all the tech and all the tech on Solana. And that sort of tech is really going to be what kind of ties things together for the cannabis world and
Mm.
crypto. So, hats off to them for doing stuff like that.
Because yeah, but like even if you're outside, like offshore the US, like but you sell to US citizen, then you fucked anyway, right?
Yeah, the US citizen's fucked.
Yeah. Okay.
Like there's yeah, there's so much to it, man. I wish
Yeah.
it was just like a free market, do what you want, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you're basically a drug dealers like at scale in Web3. Let's go. That's what's up. That's what we want, bro.
Yeah, essentially you're doing like a Silk Road, and
Yeah,
that's not
exactly.
what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that
yeah, we're
that
we're
could be
figuring out
tricky.
the right way to do it. I
Yeah.
think doing it out of a different country and letting him handle the distribution
Hmm.
is a lot better.
Yeah, makes sense. And so yeah, okay. So what's Tombstone is up to as of today? Like what happened since yeah, so the last time I did my stuff with Tombstone was like with the Skull first stuff. So what am I missing?
Yeah, so you've been out of the loop for a while. The whole Skull Fusion thing that happened back in March of 2023, this
Hmm.
recent March, and that was for our resurrection event. We were doing an art upgrade previously
Yeah.
in the October before that, and it just didn't really work out the way that we wanted it to. We were trying to swap traits or just like change them around.
Hmm.
So we were like, all right, let's just make this better. Let's just do a full scale art upgrade. Let's hire a new art team, which was Mob Studios. Shout out to them, um, to come in and just redo every trait. So we took a couple of months to do that, kind of hyped it up, got this
Hmm.
big event going on, and you would take 2 of your skulls, fuse them together, and use that to upgrade the art. So, that's cool and everything. Art upgrades are
Hmm.
whatever. But the cool thing is what we took the original art, the slightly updated art, and the newly updated art. We stored it all within the same metadata. So you have 3
Nice.
NFTs inside your one NFT, essentially.
Yeah.
Um, so what we did, we built a site that you can go to, and you just select your NFT that's already been updated, and you can select, okay, is this the resurrected version? Is this the original version?
Yes.
You can pick which one you want displayed on the forefront of your NFT. So that'll display in your wallet, that'll display on a portfolio site, that'll
Mhm.
display on a marketplace. However you want it to be, the choice is yours.
Okay, so yeah, again, like in the metadata, you have different version of your NFTs, and for example, on listings, you can check the different version of your NFTs, right?
Correct. There, it's a little bit tricky with like the metadata. I'll try to explain it.
Okay.
The metadata will say form, and then it's either resurrected or not resurrected. If it is resurrected, you have all three of those forms in there. It's like it's hidden in the external metadata as an image, and yeah, it just kind of reads which one to display from there.
Okay, and just a question for a friend. If you want to mint soon an NFT and a both male and female version of it, would you put both NFTs inside the metadata so you can display them on the platforms?
Yeah,
For,
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
If I were to personally do that and launch a female version alongside another, just any NFT, yeah, I would totally put it in the same thing. I think that tech is pretty incredible. I mean, it's here. Why not use it? And it also kind of like avoids the fact that you're going to launch another NFT collection. So, it just seems less cash grabby to do that.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like you're holding a collectible, right?
Yeah.
You have this NFT. Like, what can you do with it? Essentially, you can just change the art around, whether that's a guy or a girl or a different version or a different artist. Yeah, it's all really cool tech. So.
Okay.
And alongside that, sorry, just the last point, we worked with Magic Eden and Tensor to be one of the first projects. I know Cats did it with Magic Eden, but we were the first with Tensor to implement that to like the front end of their website.
Yeah,
so that was always really cool.
Yeah, like you can see like all of the updated trade of your Tombstone in the listings of it. Nah, that's cool. That's dope. That's cool. Okay, nice. I'm happy we're catching up, bro.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could keep going about the skeletons. There's a lot more. There's a lot more to do after that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because like, you sent me a pitch about like your upcoming product that you launched, right? Or it was the last one.
Yeah, so that was our previous product, Conjure.
Okay. Yes.
I'll just
kind
of speak about that really quick.
Yeah.
It's an AI art generation tool that takes Web3 payments and uses a couple of different art engines to generate these images. What's cool about it is you can take these creations and mint them directly into an NFT, like instantly. And once you do that, you have full control over that NFT or NFT collection. So you can go in and change the name, change the royalties, yada, yada, yada.
That's cool.
So yeah, that was a pretty successful product. We launched a couple of months ago. It was in sort of like a version 1 or like a beta version. So recently we have been thinking, okay, like what's the best way to like rethink this product? And we really kind of want to pull it away from Tombstoned and like unbrand it almost, get it away from like the skeleton theme and just make it its own like standalone product. Yeah. We think it'll be a lot more successful, have a lot more reach. And just with like some of the updates and features, such as like image to image editing with prompting, it's going to be a knock out of the park, which is an American term for just, it's going to do really well.
But like, do you think like in the beer market, it's hard to push tools for other projects because like, no one not using those tools anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough to push anything during a bear market. It's hard to convince people to spend any sort of money. But this is literally cents to use for a generation, and it's like per generation basis. So you don't get locked down to something like Midjourney or Leonardo where you have to pay X amount per month just to subscribe. You use it 3 times and then you never use it again. Most people forget that they signed up, or they just are wasting money at that point. So this will be a per generation basis. There's going to be a way for you to buy like bulk free credits. Those free credits are going to be called sapphires. And what we do, or what we plan to do, is give bulk free credits to different communities such as Decoders or Mop Studios or Stone Date Crew to bring them in, let their communities use it for free. And that way they can be, if they like it, they can be more inclined to either buy more credits, spend their souls, spend their joints, spend USDC, whatever it may be. But it's a very minimal cost, and we're only charging what it costs to call from the engines. So, each one of these engines does cost money, but it's like cents each call.
And do you cover your costs right now? Like, are you profitable?
Yeah. I mean, we
Okay,
could
that's
easily
cool.
set it to be profitable, um, but we're really not looking to do that. At least not in these bigger updates. This is something we'd rather like put out
Yeah,
and make available for everybody, just because again, like Solana is such a great place to build things, and AI is such a useful tool. So
yeah,
let's put these two together,
that's pretty
and then
cool.
boom, let's make it really cool.
That's dope. That's cool. And okay, so like again, like in terms of business revenue and stuff, like do you still burn cash for like your collection, or like you again, like you're able to generate enough revenue to sustain yourself, you and your team?
Yeah. I mean, we've been able to sustain ourselves
That's cool.
for damn a pretty long time now. Recently, we've had a software development side of things, which is building all of our tech and a couple of other projects tech. And that's called Tomb Labs, and that's been
Yes.
extremely profitable for the last couple of months. That's pretty
Nice.
much been able to like pay our team out for all the work that they do. Some of the work that they do includes the redemption site for Sleek Geek. I know that was a
Hmm.
really big hit too, and seemed to do really, really well. So yeah,
Nice.
super proud of them. Little shout out to the Toon Labs team.
Good job,
But
man.
yeah, I think during the bear market, we were like, okay, shit, like royalties are going to hell. Every project's revenue stream is going to shit. How can we shift our focus and perspective to continue to be profitable?
Yeah.
We definitely just like saw the talent that we had on our team and utilized them the best that we could. Basically came up with a whole different team to handle the development and the technological side of things.
Mm. Oh, that's cool. And yeah, like again, like how many projects are sustainable after 2 years of like being in Web3? Like not a lot. And yeah, again, like if you're able like to again sustain yourself, stop burning cash during those time, it's that means you're gonna survive and you're gonna see the next bull run, and then in the next bull run you're gonna fly.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
we're seeing that right now with just like how other projects are just kind of approaching things. Like
Yeah.
everybody's trying to save money and
Mm.
also trying to collect like as much as they can.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah, it's a strange time. It's very
yeah.
stressful, but I think bear markets are times that kind of like prove the best and
Yeah,
who's
exactly.
here to stay around.
I mean, like if you keep asking for money to your holders, at some point it's tricky, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
I can never understand projects that continue to just like mint out or do a
Yeah,
new collection or stuff like that. I'm very proud that we've been the same team that's stuck through since before mint.
yeah, no, that's dope. And yeah, it's that's what we saw with like Yuga Labs and stuff, right? Like minted a shit ton of NFT. I mean, it's different because you print cash anyway. Like your holders, okay, it costs like a couple of hundred slash thousand to mint your shit, but then like people are still making money, so you're still good, right? But yeah, like if you have like 15,000 collection and you have like 300 orders, you have a problem.
Yeah, yeah, we see that often
Mm.
with some collections too.
100%. Okay, so what's like basically your mission for the next? What you're gonna be your focus for the next few months?
The next few months, I'll tell you that this next month is going to be pretty big for Tombstone. October,
Hmm.
we crushed it last year. We ended it with a big announcement about our art upgrade. This is kind of the announcement of an announcement, but we will be relaunching Conjure in October.
Okay.
It's going to be called Sapphire. I'll probably post a couple of different features and all the updates in a Discord message later on this week. But expect some pretty cool things with it. Alongside of that, we're going to be doing a resurrection event,
Nice.
probably the first week of October, maybe the second week. But you're gonna, put your skulls on the shelf for a little while. You don't have to use them. What we're thinking is a large amount of joints, but each day it increases.
Hmm.
So by the end of it, you're gonna be paying a lot of joints just to resurrect.
Oh, yeah.
So still planning that, but something to look forward to as well. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, just focusing on Sapphire and Conjure, and then throughout the following months is just to continue to build out our tech and see what kind of programs and apps that we can put together.
Mm,
Focus on Conjure or not Conjure on Sapphire, and also
that's cool.
those cannabis seeds, and focus on getting those out into the market.
So Q4 will be busy, and like 2024 will be a lot busy too.
Oh yeah. These next 2 quarters are going to be pretty busy.
Yeah, no, that's nice, and that's what we want. So like, yeah, you said like yeah, almost like 1.5 years, like almost 2 years, and still here. Like, yeah, just shout out to you, man. Like, and congrats, man. You did good.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah,
It really does.
Yeah, and one of your like also like main not benefit, but like main like yeah like blah, blah. Like the community is part of you. Like it makes what Tombstone is right now, right? So yeah, how were you able like to maintain that level of like community and engagement during like 2 years?
I think that was the biggest challenge for us, really,
Yeah.
is how do we keep people around and involved and engaged?
Mm.
One of the ways we just released like a full-on website that has countless tools, world map, it's got a leaderboard. So just trying to bring as much engagement to that as possible and as much traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, trying to keep Discord as active as possible and trying to stay as active on Twitter as we can. I think there was a struggle all around for everybody. Just how do we keep people that aren't interested in this space anymore around and interested in, my project or even somebody else's project?
Mm.
It was a time where we saw the market bleeding and just everybody left and right was just turning around and being like, all right, I'm never coming back. So I think a lot of it was just pure transparency, just letting them know like, hey, this is what's up. This is what we're working on.
Yeah.
Being there every day, talking to them in chat. If they have a question, we make sure that the higher ups are there to answer it, just so they know that like we're here, we're active. I think that really kind of carried a long way. But like you said, like the community is pretty much Tombstoned. Like they are Tombstoned. They made us who we are. We wouldn't be here without them, and we don't do what we do, for anybody else. Like this is for them. It's for Solana, of course, but mainly for them. Like they're our main focus. They've been our biggest supporters since the beginning. So
yes, that's pretty dope. And okay, so in the chat, like, tell me if you hold any Tombstone or if like the Tombstone community is here. I want to see some Tombstone holders.
Yeah, start lighting chat up, boys.
Yes,
I saw a couple in there. I see Burby, see Ancient Human. Ancient Humans are one of our devs.
Nice. And okay, so like, why someone who discover like Tombstone with this live should buy one?
Why should you buy a Tombstoned? One, because it has a great community. The couple of people that are here in chat are great examples of that. But there's countless people that are just showing up every day, whether it's in Discord or out on Twitter, just posting about us. Those guys are going to be the most supportive. So, you can make friendships or, create business relationships or anything within our community that's just going to go so much further. And I know there are so many people here that are, still here just because of the people that they've met in Tombstone.
Yeah.
Another reason is one or two, because of the team. Like we've kind of been talking about, we've been here the last year and a half, and it's not at all me. It's the other guys. It's our developers. It's our staff that pretty much shows up every day, that is passionate about all this stuff, just like I am. But they're the people that, put the pen to the paper, execute and deliver on things. So again, shout out to them. And then the third reason is we're really focusing a lot on the tech side of things. So expect some pretty cool apps to come out. Go check out our website and see everything that we've done so far up to date. Yeah, I'll keep it short and simple, but that would be three pretty solid reasons.
That's cool, and that makes sense. And how do you onboard new people after like 2 years of development for them to catch up, right? Like I know it's a problem. Like for example, for Famous Fox, like when you go to the website, like there is so many shit happening that you don't know what the fuck what to do first. So like how do you onboard your new holders?
Yeah, we sort of have that same issue. We kind of have a lot going on our website too. I think one of the two ways. One way was just keeping the connections and the network together with people that I've met, or just like other founders, other communities that I've been a part of. Because a lot of our community is tied into other communities too. So just being able to, pop into their Discord and just be very friendly with whoever, carried a long way and just kind of like helped everybody out. But yeah, I think that would probably be the only reason.
Yeah, and like, do you have any process or any, like, I don't know, like website to check, or like have a summary somewhere of like, yeah, what to do, or just jump in the Discord and say hi in Gen, and then uh
Yeah.
follow the tombstone.
Yeah, so that's how it is now.
Yeah.
But we're in the process of sort of consolidating everything, making it very fluid, to direct those new people who are
Mm.
onboarded in the right direction, to kind of show them, hey, like this is the first step. Then from
Yeah.
here you go here, 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 and here, and then boom, like they can kind of figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I kind of lost my train of thought, but the second point that I was referring to earlier was just like onboarding events. Recently, I went to FX Summit, which was a Forex trade show. Had nothing to do with NFTs, but I still went there with Bored Ape Solana Club. Showed up with a booth, and talked to people about NFTs. I think those are the people that we really need to target if we're trying to bring on board anybody, whether it's into our community or just like onto Solana.
Yeah.
Let's go out and talk to people that don't really know about NFTs, give them the information that they can kind of just jumpstart with, whether that's like, hey, sign up for a Phantom wallet, or
Yeah.
hey, use this exchange, or hey, don't click random links. So even just like providing that information brings so many more people in. And I think those real life connecting events go so far too.
But do you think the beer market is the best time to onboard new people?
That's a tough question because it could go either way. I think yes, because maybe the price is low. It's a great time to buy in.
Yeah.
But again, like their interest is probably not going to be piqued by such low prices of something. Plus, a lot of them already have that preconceived notion of, oh, crypto already popped off and it's gone to zero already.
Yeah.
So I guess yes and no. It is hard, but at the same time, it's like just put in the effort and like you might catch a fish if you're casting the line.
True. Because yeah, like my theory is like everyone is joining crypto during a fucking bull run, and they're buying Bitcoin at 60,000 instead of buying it at like 3K, because yeah, it done so bad, it will never come back. And then they FOMO at like the close to the all-time high. And but yeah, like it's rational for the people like to join crypto during a bear market, but that's why you need a kind of cycle, right? Like to you join at the bull, you lose money, and then you stay, hopefully, so you can see another cycle. And during your previous bull market, you have been like done enough research to be convinced about crypto, and like saying, okay, yeah, you should buy like any NFT right now because it's cheap. When there is like blood in the street, like how many people are like in the red because that's the first cycle. That's another story, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely going to be hard to convince people to do it, but I think it's possible.
Yeah.
So I think I'd be leaning more toward yes.
And yeah, no, 100%. But I also like the fact that people have made an effort to jump into Web3 by themselves, or like in those conditions. Like Solana is like that small that we still have enough people to convince to come there on the chain and NFT stuff, that even like Web3 people, if you can't convince them, why my mother should come on Solana buying NFT, you know what I mean? Like we have so much shit to do cross chain before going and try to catch up like Web2 people. I think that's I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I totally agree with that take. It's a good take. It's tough, and I think we've had this conversation a lot, like within our team, and we were gonna build out like a learning platform just so people like from Web 2 could come use it and then learn all about Web 3.
Yeah,
but that proved to be a lot more difficult than we first thought. So we shifted our idea away from that. But yeah, it's important for people to really understand, like somebody's grandma understand what an NFT is, or like why should they enter crypto, or anything like that.
It's the like the 10 billion market cap question, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. But that's why like Solana is kind of cool chain because like yeah, like it's 10 times easier to use Solana than fucking Ethereum when you have to pay $10 to send $20.
Yeah, that's like one of the bigger selling points that I usually try to tell people. It's like, oh, have you ever heard of Ethereum? Oh, so you know about gas. Oh, so you know it's expensive. Solana doesn't have that. It's just a couple of cents to send things. It doesn't matter if it's a lot of things or a little bit of things. It doesn't cost much.
And what do you think like Solana is missing right now to like a 1,500 per soul next bull run?
Oof. What I would love to see, and I think this comes from maybe the foundation side or just like Solana as like a company. It's just like maybe a little bit more marketing. I know that they have that new deal with Visa, which is huge. So they're getting out there and they're doing what they need to do. But I feel like we could do so much more. And there's a lot of like preconceived notion about Solana in this whole crypto space. Like a lot of the ETH maxis are like, oh, it's been down since, last year. And it's like, well, wait a second. That was only 2 days. And we've actually had higher TPS than ever before.
Yeah. And they forgot about like the first days of ETH. Like, it was not completely. Like, I mean, when you get hacked and you do a blockchain rollback because that's a shit ton of money. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, I think Solana could do a lot better in that sense of just like kind of handling their own marketing rather than like, because the NFT projects aren't going to do it. We aren't set up in a position to really market for them. Like even if we came together, it wouldn't really make a dent. I think it needs to come from them. They should bring on like a very professional marketing agency and things like that. But another thing, I think they could really kind of connect with some of the people that are building on their blockchain from the foundation. I know that they give out grants and everything, but I think just being able to connect with people such as us, like Tomb Labs, just to be able to consult or ask questions or whatever would be great. I think that would go pretty far.
No, 100%. And like, I don't know in the next bull market, like if Solana will get back to ETH because like, it's going to be a whole chain, right? And tomorrow we will have like a new chain that doing like faster, blah, 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 like a Solana 2.0 blockchain. And that's basically what's the new shiny tool in town that's gonna get all of the light in the crypto world. And like the boomer coin from like the last bull market don't really perform well after. Like who remember like the fucking like 2017 top 10 top 10 market cap, right? Like a lot of them, like they haven't pumped like we are pumped with Sol during this bull market. So could be tricky too there.
Definitely. I don't think it will reach all-time high. I think it'll maybe take a couple of cycles to do that. I'm not a big trader, so I'm not going to sit here and try to predict it. But what I do know is that Solana is here to stay. It's inevitable. There are going to be other blockchains that try to copy it that do pop up, but I don't think there's going to be anything that really competes with it. Just the speed, the cost, how well it works, how well the infrastructure is set up. It's going to be really hard to replicate. So if you see any chains that are competing well with Solana, let me know. That'd be great. But as far as market cap, like, of course, that's just like where the volume's going.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, we're so good. But sorry about this technical ecosystem tangent. Maybe we can come back to Tombstone stuff because I still have some question about the project, bro. I need to know more still. What would be like your like bear market proof strategy for marketing and like increase the size of the community, the reach on Twitter, etc.?
So I think I said this before. Just connecting with other communities is probably like the best bet. And I've noticed that a lot of other founders are doing the same thing. is they just integrate themselves into other communities. One person who's doing this incredibly well right now is Dak Days, and he's just out there, sweeping the shit out of every collection he can. And that's a great way to get out there and just like bring in new people, because a lot of, his community then came and bought, our NFTs from our project. So it's a great way to, really get out there during a bear market when everybody's just like, oh shit, like my bags are so bloody. How can I still enjoy myself here? And I think that is like, connecting with the right people, connecting with other communities, even if it is at like an individual level, like, hey, I can meet a new friend over here. And like, that's just as satisfying as if I made $10 today. But really I lost 100 because, the market shit. So I think shifting the perspective away from like, oh shit, like financially we're doing bad, but like, hey, we're all going to be okay. Right. The WAGBO, everybody's going to come out on top of this, and we're just going to have to ride this together. So I guess that would be some sort of, our marketing strategy, but it's a way to kind of bring the community closer together.
That makes sense. Like, again, like it's like politics, right? Like if everyone has like the nuclear like a bomb, but like everyone has like selling stuff to each other, then you don't use it because like you are too independent from one country to another.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's worldwide peace because everyone taking everyone else by hands.
Yeah, and we definitely took that like independent approach. We saw how everybody was sort of reacting. They were just like doing these crazy things with their project. They were, burning their NFTs or doing this left and right. And we were just like, all right, let's take a step back. Let's see how everything's kind of playing out. Let's not, do anything crazy. I think that really kind of paid off.
Yeah, but that's a lot of shit that we have seen. Like, if you're not the first one doing it, it's tricky as fuck, right? Because like you think that big project are like basically setting up a meta, but then like 2 weeks after it's already over, right? Like because everyone is doing it and like it's not hyping anyone. It's like kind of like staking at the time, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Staking was such like a huge thing to have on a project, and now it's like standard. I think that's what we were sort of trying to do too, is like raise the bar a little bit of like what was required from an NFT project. And then what we were like, okay, like how do we provide that to people? With Tomb Labs. So
I think it's important.
I think the meta for us wasn't really like, okay, what's the best, what's not going to get copied. It's like, okay, like how do we help other projects do what they're trying to do? And that way it benefits us, it benefits them, everybody wins, rather than like just trying to be the other project that's competing with the next.
We're trying to 100%. Which is it's what needs to be done. Like I know Frank like said that multiple times when we talk to each other, like at Paris or even NFT Paris. Like if you're not going to the first place in like this NFT world, like you're not. It's really hard to perform well and long time. If you're not in the top 10 market cap NFT project stuff, it's tricky as fuck. Yeah, if you're not on the top, like you don't really exist.
I think a prime example of that would be just like points, and we'll kind of stick with the DeGods and the Utes. Like they released points, and now every project has points. And they kind of moved away from staking and the SPL token staking. We even considered it too. But again, like you're right. Like if you're not first, you're last. That's kind of like why we're focusing on Conjure and reshifting it, rebranding it, just because like we know like no one's really doing that. Don't think anybody's really trying to copy it, and if they do, they're not going to copy it as well as we've got it right now. With all these new updates and all the engines that we've put into it, like it's going to be ahead of its time. If anybody does copy it, that's fine. We'll again be a couple of steps ahead. But yeah, super excited about that in those terms.
Not true. There is a lot of wash trading happening with top marketplace project attempting to stay in top trending. What do you mean? I don't really understand. What does it mean? Do you get it?
King Chronic. There's a lot of wash trade top market. Yeah, that's nothing new, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Solana, bro.
That's an interesting question, and like because okay, so if you have to play dirty to put your project on the map, do you think it's worth it doing it, or are you putting your projects at risk because you don't want to, get your hands dirty for it?
Yeah, there's a lot of ethical things that you have to think about there. I'll put this out publicly. We've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
I've personally bought some NFTs from our collection, but that's it. I've never sold any.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should say this on the stream. Fuck it. I'm not gonna name names, but I do know of a couple of collections that do pay for a service that wash traits that keep them up there.
Yeah.
Not gonna say who or who provides that service, but
yeah,
it's a thing.
Yeah, again, like if it's required by, but because okay, so Bitcoin is such a genius invention that even the people who try to fuck it up, like the benefit of like hacking Bitcoin is not here, because as soon as you're doing that, like the whole asset is like going to zero, and then you have done like nothing, right? Like the reward of like being a bad actor is zero whatsoever. So, but like with this wash trading stuff and like the whole marketplace game stuff, like you have to be in the top 10 collection, blah 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 blah. If you if you're not there, you already lost, right? So is that, like where do you put the line between, okay, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to put this project top one, or I'm just like gonna let it market. The market is free, it's a free market, and let's see what happens by playing by the rules. But you're playing by a hard mode.
Yeah, you're playing hardcore, bro. You fuck up once, you're done.
Yeah,
you're gone. That's the hard part, and what makes it even more interesting is some of the marketplaces are probably in bed with these people. So
yeah,
I'm sure it goes
That's
a lot
true.
deeper than we know, but I'll keep it there. Just know that there's some pretty shady shit that happens in the space, so that people can benefit and stay in those top tens and seem a lot bigger than they are.
Yeah, like chronicling. If you don't play by ethical rules, you will lose all trust from big brains. Yeah, that's true too. Like if it's even like, fuck, I lost connection from the space. It's kind of like, do it, but don't get caught. And if you get caught, to project it that. But if you don't do it, you fucked. And if you get caught, you fucked too.
It's also just not hard to figure it out. Like, welcome to the blockchain, baby. Like, that's what this is for. Like, we know, everybody can see this isn't cash. Ugh, that's what's like interesting to me, is like it still happens, but figure it out, and people get called out all the time.
But also, like, okay, so like you're a founder, you wash trade your collection, everyone makes money because your fucking floor price is like 10x. Everyone makes money. Who cares? If you wash trade your collection and if the floor price is going to 0.0001 sol, something's bad.
Yeah, everybody cares. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's tricky, and that's why I like finance and like computer science / crypto, because again, like finance, it's not about like the numbers and making money at all costs, right? It's the human brain and the philosophical part of it that's fascinating me. Like seeing, like people trading GP, like bro, okay, my portfolio was fucking high and I didn't sell.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not rational at all.
Not at all. But it happens to so many people.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. So like, is everyone dumb when it's like about money? I don't know. But like all of this question, I find it like so fascinating.
I do as well. I guess it's like a psychological side of things. Like,
exactly.
Like why people are doing things that they are. Like, why are we here talking about JPEGs? And
exactly.
Things
like,
on the internet.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
Cool.
Like again, NFT Paris. Like the fact that we met like so many people in a closed environment. Like it was like a small venue, blah 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 blah, and then we had like dinners and stuff. Like we were with our best friend, but we never met each other. It was so fucking strange. And even like some like I know like one guy like his girlfriend told him like yeah okay, exactly that like she was happy for him because he met so many guys that he's talking to like every day on Discord for the first time in real life.
Yeah, it's like
It's crazy.
almost like meeting like one of your Xbox friends.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
when we were growing up in like middle school or in those days. But I had a similar experience when I went to FX Summit. We teamed up with the Bored Ape Solana Club team, and me and my guy Meeps, connected with them and pretty much just stuck with them all weekend. Like you said, it was just like hanging out with our best friends that we'd never met before.
That's so bro. Are you
So,
going
yeah.
to Breakpoint?
I'm not going to Breakpoint. I know maybe a couple of skeletons are.
Okay.
But I think we're gonna do Art Basel in Miami in December.
Oh, that's dope.
So shit, I think I just leaked that.
Oh shit. Oh, shit. Clip
oh
it.
shit. See there, boys. No. But yeah, I think just getting over to Amsterdam.
It's
too costly for us.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
So we'll do things within the country for sure.
Yeah. That's what's up with Americans. Like they are so far from everyone that they think they are like alone in the world, and we don't see any Americans in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, well, like you guys are just so damn connected, man. It's like 3 hours to get anywhere over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, over here it's like 3 hours. You're in the same fucking state.
Yeah, same fucking city, bro. Like
yeah. Could be with traffic in some of them.
Yeah, it's 3 hours in New York. You're still in Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, yeah. But okay, so Hard Basel, like there's still a lot of happening at Hard Basel stuff because like everyone's talking about it. Like, how does that work?
Say again?
Like
about what?
Like the Hard Basel like event, are they like worth it? Like going there? Is that cool?
Is what going there?
Yeah,
I'm kind of breaking in and out.
Sorry, like oh, can you hear me well? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Like the Hard Basel events, like what exactly those stuff? I'm not really I see them like everywhere on the timeline, but I don't know exactly what is it for. So what's happening there?
I believe it's to showcase art specifically, and I think they do have a section for like digital art, and that's where we're kind of trying to squeeze in. We know of a couple of other NFTs that are trying to get into that section as well. I think we're trying to either get a booth or a table and just set up some sort of showcase to, put our art on display. I think now, especially like with your art coming out that you just revealed the other day, and D guys just released that new downgrade, quote unquote. It's everybody kind of realizes like, oh shit, like art is important. Art's like the forefront of your NFT. Like if you want people to come into your community, the first thing that they see is the art of like what this NFT looks like. If it doesn't look good and it's not appealing, they're not going to want to hold it or, whatever reason. So to appeal to them in as many ways as possible up front, and one of them being art, and then showcasing that in some huge event would be massive. So that's sort of our plan. I don't know too much about it yet. We've just been sort of dabbling around with the sponsorships and getting tables and everything.
Nice.
Like that.
That's cool. So yeah, that's so okay. What makes a great PFP from your perspective, and why Tombstone has the best art on Solana?
Oh man. What makes a great PFP is something that stands out on the timeline, that looks good when it's tiny. Like I'm noticing here in the YouTube chat, these PFPs are like 5 by 5 pixels, it seems like, but I can still recognize the skeleton. I can still recognize the Mob Studios up there. Things like that you can just like recognize at just at first glance, really carry such a long way. It really brings in I don't want to say the user, but it brings in the viewer who's seeing this art, and maybe they want to ask more questions, or maybe it catches their attention at the eyes and it brings them into the finer detail. That's what we kind of focused on with Tombstoned, especially now with our art upgrade. But even before, like with our original art, we wanted it to be fine, clean lines, high detail, especially transferring over into this, a little bit crazier, more detailed, more defined art.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's why Tombstone is great, just because we've kind of got it all across the board. We've got very clean original art. We've got very kind of abstract and in your face, vibrant, resurrected art.
And what kind, like, how do you judge like the level of detail that a PFP needs to have between like clean and too clean where like there's nothing happening on the PFP and like it's too busy and you have no fucking idea what the fuck you're looking at.
Definitely, yeah, that was probably one of the harder parts that we had to get over when we were like doing the resurrected art or talking with the team that was doing it, was how do we make it busy enough but not like too overwhelming. So it's definitely hard to figure out because that is a bit subjective. Like somebody might like a little bit busier of art, somebody might like something a lot more simple. To be honest, I like when things are very minimal and two-dimensional and very clean and constructed. Whereas somebody might like more 3D things and stuff like that. So it definitely depends, but as long as you're somewhere between the ratio or the spectrum that you just mentioned, like where it's clean enough but not too busy, I think you've got that sort of like a golden ratio there. And I think a lot of projects are kind of killing it right now with that.
And like, so you tried the trade swap meta, right? Like you were able to do that. So it failed, or like what happened exactly?
So we tried it in a way that we were updating the
trade
art
by trade, right? Okay, so
trade
it was
by
for
trade.
Okay. Yeah, it was the art upgrade trade by trade. Okay, I remember that. That was cool. What was wrong with that?
I think just we had one artist who was doing great, phenomenal. I think he just over time either became burned out or just overwhelmed with the amount of work, and the scheduling just kind of fell behind, and things just didn't really work out. I think the community was a little bit disappointed with just the timing or maybe the execution on some of the layers. So we really stepped back, took a lot of the feedback, and we were like, okay, cool. Like they really want to see like a full on upgrade. So let's give it to them. But yeah, it was ahead of its time. I think there were a couple of other ways to do it, but we were like releasing the traits as they were going. So that was just like a really cool concept that we had to change the art. It ultimately failed. We just pretty much erased that from the process now. But it was cool. It was pretty much experimental, and we found out a lot. We found out a lot about art. Like what looks good, what doesn't look good, what works, what makes a good background. All of those things we had to look at. So if anything, it was a learning experience ultimately. And then we found major success with Resurrection and have been chugging along ever since.
And so are you going to change the art again?
No, we don't have any plans anytime soon. But I guess in the sense of changing art, for Sapphire, what we're going to do is we're going to read the NFTs in your wallet, and you're going to be able to type in a prompt to change the NFT image. It's not going to save on chain as that NFT because we obviously like don't have update authority to, the Decoders collection or whatever collection. But you'll be able to mint that new creation into your own NFT. So, you can type in, Sav, but make him blue, give him a hat and, whatever you want. And it should be able to kind of generate that image for you.
Okay, so that could be used for like events. Like for example, if you want to like all of the Tombstone holders to watch a game or a soccer game, you can put like every Tombstone in like a French versus Italy soccer tees, and let's go.
Yeah. I mean,
that's cool.
You could do whatever. You can essentially like make your own NFT collections based on another NFT collection. Just be like
that's
your
cool.
own prompting to it. I don't think it'll really focus on like the traits itself. It'll just take like the entire image and just rethink it based on what you're telling it.
Okay. And do you think AI will play a role in the next bull market?
Absolutely, because it's already playing a huge role now. We see a lot of automatic trading bots that are powered by AI. And I mean, you could boil it down to even just people typing Twitter threads with AI. Even, I don't know if you've posted, but a lot of people post like an AI picture with a tweet. Something as simple as that. think AI is going to be massive. I
Yeah.
think a couple of years ago, I was like super resilient against it. I was like, no, I don't want to go anywhere near that shit.
Mm.
But now I'm like, okay, this is going to be such a useful tool. I don't want to feel like my grandparents to the iPhone
Yeah.
when I'm their age to AI. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
100%. But that's an interesting conversation. But like, I think our generation is like way more adaptable to technology than the generation before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mainly
So
because in the last 2 decades, we've seen an even bigger explosion in technology.
yeah.
I think now, like children, I guess maybe like 5 to 10 years old, like
Mm.
they're not even interested in learning how to drive. They
Yeah.
they're like ready for the automatic driving cars.
Yeah.
And I can't even think of myself getting into one of those. Like that's terrifying for me. So yeah, man, like
Yeah.
it's really changing. The world is heavily
Yeah.
influenced by technology.
Yeah. I mean, can't wait to jump into a car without a wheel.
Yeah, that's gonna be insane. I know that they have obviously Teslas, but I think there's like taxis that can like
Yeah.
drive to your apartment or house and
Mm.
like pick you up and then take you somewhere. Like, what? That's crazy. Crazy stuff happening. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
to go back to the question, I think AI is going to play a huge part in that just because it
that's
already
cool.
is.
Gonna see so many rugs like of project AI generated. It's gonna be fun.
Oh man. I remember the days it was like a month straight of just there was like all these AI projects that were coming out and they were just doing airdrops and like that was
Yeah,
their business model and uh man, we've really seen a lot here in
yeah,
Solana. We've really been through it all.
that's
We've
true,
seen
man.
a lot of bad actors here.
Yeah, and like, do you think like people will do less mistake next bull market, like a next run, or we're just gonna learn nothing? Sorry, and we're gonna see the same shit again.
Hopefully people have learned, but history repeats itself and I
Yeah,
think, there are people out there that will make the same mistakes.
yeah.
So, it's hard to say.
I
It
told
depends.
myself I would take profit next bull market.
Please do. Good Lord, please do.
Yeah, that was sad. But yeah, anyway, whatever. It is what it is. What it is.
It is what it is. It's all good. We're still
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And we're building. And so okay, so what's coming now from Tombstone? Like, what's next?
Right now we are focused on rebranding Sapphire
Okay.
and kind of focused on October. There are a couple things that I didn't mention, but some of the notable things, um, the Resurrection event, Sapphire rebrand,
Mhm.
and yeah, a couple of other things that we've got planned on for later in the month. But yeah, look forward to those few things in the next couple of days.
Nice. That's cool, man. Wish you all of the success that you deserve. And yeah, survive this beer market. And then we'll see the Tombstone at the top of the next bull one, the next bull one.
Let's hope so, man.
Yeah,
That's why we're here. We're ready
yeah,
for it. I think we're
exactly.
primed and good to go. But uh, yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on here today. It was a lot of fun, great
Yeah,
conversations, and I'm
thank
super
you.
proud of everything that you're doing here with Just Decoders and
Th-
having your own app. I have to
Yeah,
check that out too. But I think you've got the right idea, man. Like
yeah,
you've kind of got the marketing tied into the whole project
mm,
itself. That's the
exactly.
right way to go. Super
Yeah,
proud of you.
just wait for me to upgrade, like optimize a couple of like requests, and then I will send you the link to test the app when it's actually working. Because like I have the CPU usage right in front of my eyes, and it's high. It's fucking high. So
What's the percent? I gotta know.
it's between 60 and 80%. It should
What
be
the?
at 10. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It should be at 10.
Dude,
So yeah.
you're gonna like melt your computer. What the
No, no,
fuck?
no, no. It's not the CPU of like the computer. It's like the CPU of the server where like the database is on
Oh
AWS.
my
So
god.
yeah, no, 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 no. I have some optimization to do.
Yeah, a little bit. Dude, I don't know
Yes.
much about it, but damn, that sounds
No,
like a
yeah.
lot.
No, I fuck it up. Like it was working with like 20 viewers at the time, but yeah, that's why Reaper you are getting some delays on the claiming. That's what's up. That's what's going on here. But don't worry, I break things, but I also fix things, and that's what matter. So yeah, We're gonna good. We're gonna be good. Get no sleep till mid-October. Yes, that's yeah. Because yes, thank you, Just, because yeah, it's gonna be mid-October. Because if we have any fucked up during the 24-hour stream, I will have to fix it live, and even the couple of days after. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, I was like, did he put a 20-second delay on claims in the code? No, it's the CPU, bro.
Yeah, just a little bit slow.
Yeah, it's
I don't know if we can help too much, but let us hit up Tomb Labs. We might be able to give you a hand.
Maybe maybe we can talk after the mint how we can scale that little baby, because I don't want to stop at 10,000 subscribers. I want 1 million subscribers. So when we'll have like half a million viewers on the app, yeah, maybe we will need to scale up a couple of days.
Oh yeah. I think you'll need a lot more help around then. But cool. Yeah, I mean, I think you'll figure it out. No worries, dude.
No.
And if it doesn't work, like, just keep trying. Like, this stuff is always going to break. There's always going to be a problem.
Yeah, please.
It's not going to work for somebody.
Can you come in chat and tell that to my like future orders, please? Because like, yeah, we have some customer support ticket now.
Oh yeah. Those the tickets will definitely eat at you. Yeah. Try not to worry about them too much. Definitely listen to like their feedback, and as long as it's constructive, listen to it. If it's not constructive and they're just shitting on you, don't listen to it.
I know, like, bro, I can't wait to have a holders chat. And by the way, you were VIP I think you are a VIP in the server, so yeah, you will mint before anyone else. So yeah, bro.
Nice. I'm pretty pumped. I don't mint things, man, and this is probably going to be the one that I mint. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. It's not something. It's the Decoders NFT, bro. No, I know you're part of the channel too. So yeah, we have to see you in the older chat.
Perfect. Yeah, man. I think I'm in there. I think I said good morning this morning.
And Tomb Labs, nothing I build breaks literally ever. Yeah, that's
nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, guys, for the next chat, like Reaper, Ochi, Ama, all of those like communities, Decoders community members, guys, put a fucking PFP on like from the art review, so we can see how the art looks like in the chat. That would be cool. The next stream is in a couple of hours, so yeah, do that before the next stream. But man, like, so thank you so much for your time. I don't want to take more like of your precious journey, because you're building too, right? So you need some time.
Yeah, I need to go break whatever our devs are building today. Who knows what it be? It might be a weather bot to annoy our community manager.
That's cool.
Or it might be something useful.
But anyway, man, that was a great stream. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see you. Bro, if you want to come back during the 24-hour stream, that would be cool on the server.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me know when it is, and I'm there for sure.
Okay.
I really appreciate your time today, dude. Thank you for having me on here. It was an honor. Everybody, make sure you subscribe to the Decoders channel, and if you're not minting, make sure you're minting. Try to go get a whitelist. Go subscribe. Go claim. Get your fucking views. I think it's 1440 views to mint. So yeah, get your shit. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yes, Just is right. Like, if you are able to claim some views, and the second one, like, if you claim once, then I have you in the database, so it's cool. And if there is any problem, I will give you like I will put back more views for you before we claim everything. So you will get your views. Don't worry about that. Cool. Okay. Again, thank you so much, Sov, and we will see you on the 3rd. Everyone else, we will see you in the next stream. Bye, everyone. Tac.